What's up, Rad Potential homies? We out here in the shop making this go into this. Should be fun. So here's where we stand so far. I purple powered and cleaned out a bunch of the subframe because it was all nasty. It's clean now. The oil pan gasket was leaking a little bit on this, so I just said we got it out already. I'm taking it off, we're going to fix it. So I got the oil pan off. I'm going to clean the bottom of the engine up, put that back together. Oil pan's out here. So once I get the oil pan cleaned up, get this one hooked up on the stand or on the engine hoist so that I can put the power steering bracket back on. Then, well, I may just do that in the car. Well, no, because the AC compressor will be in the way. But anyways, once I get this back on the hoist, ready to go, it'll go in the car. We'll bolt everything back up, and then ideally plug the engine harness in with some of the shoddy stuff, which I'll document fixing that, and then it should be a runner. So it's like 3 o'clock. I could have started earlier today, but if you can't tell, it's the 3 focuses. It is like beautiful. We're talking 60 degrees, perfect out here. So this morning when I woke up, I came back here. Let's get up on the tractor so you can see, and I regraded all of this behind the shop with the tractor. So I'm trying to get the water to go this way, then come across, instead of going straight into my shop, coming around the shop, eroding all of this, and making my wall not straight, because as you can see, this is where all the water has been going. So built the small little berm here, rip wrap that for now. I'm gonna have to get some more rock. This lower level is all gonna get filled with rock, so it looks nice and whatever, and the top will be grass. So grass, weeds, whatever grows in the forest will come through up there, keep it from eroding. So right here I still need to fix, but I was getting tired. I'm gonna have to fire up Big Red and haul some dirt in up here because I can't really get to that area with the tractor, and I don't feel like doing it by hand. So that's where we stand out here on the bike stuff, but goal is to get this one cranking today, if not tomorrow morning, and running by tomorrow midday, like running and driving. So like first drive, take it down the street. It'll be just like the yellow one was, because it's basically the yellow car, just in a different chassis and a different exhaust, so it might be quieter or whatever. So that's where we stand. I'll update you guys in a hot minute and show you when I'm getting this thing in. Yo, we here. We got the oil pan and the engine mounts are on for now. When you put FD engines in, we found it to be easier to leave the engine mounts off, get the engine connected to the trans, then raise it up, put the engine mounts back on, put it back down. Easy peasy. Otherwise, these hit on the little cups that are in here, and it's really hard to get it set into the trans. So silicone's got it set up. I'm going to take the Repu and rip over to O'Reilly's and probably grab a bite to eat while I'm out, and then when I get back, take this guy, put it in that guy. A couple little things I gotta do first, but this guy into that guy. Peace. So engine's ready to rock. Engine bay's ready to rock. Transmission's on the jack, so it's sitting up high. Notice everything's nice and clean. This stuff's like stained just from heat. This thing looking fresh. Got all the wiring tucked in the front out of the way for now. All hoses tucked up out of the way so don't pinch anything between the bell housing and the trans. Boost lines for the wastegate. The snail. I don't know if I could get the downpipe on and in with it, get this in with the downpipe on, so I'm just going to put that on after. It really sucks to put on because it's a 4-bolt flange instead of a V-band or anything. But we'll get it. Oil cooler lines are on. These are the FD style push lock ones. So there's a little like clip that goes over this. Slide that on, put the clip on, bam, done. Don't have to really do much, and they stay on the motor when you pull it out. Other than that, I think we are ready to stab this baby in there. Let's get to it. That was a fight. Alright. I had to add a strap, hold the turbo up because it was getting into this AC line. Back here you can see now the dial's touching. So basically I'll just rotate it, put a bolt in it, pull it back together. We're lined up. So, pumped. Get those bell housing bolts in, and then I'll raise the engine up as high as I can, put the engine mounts on it, and we'll sit it back down into the spot. Woo! These things are a real pain. Hey y'all, it's a new day. Looking sick. All together. Just needs fluids. I need to put a new battery cable on. Or well, actually what I'm going to do first is try it. Just hook it up here to the regular battery leads. To a battery sitting on the floor. See if it cranks. So, take a gander. We got intercooler piping all done. I cleaned this one up a little bit. Had to run a vacuum line for the blow-off valve. The yellow card ran without a blow-off valve. So I still have to hook up the throttle cable. And then that's pretty much it. This car did have an engine brace on it, but I think, I'll just show you. With the mounts that it has, as you can see, we're lined up pretty close here, not even close. So I don't know if maybe the engine brace is the wrong one, or I know that I don't have that on backwards, because if I put it on the other way it would definitely not reach. So not putting that back on. Let's see what else is there. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna throw some oil in it and hook up the battery. We'll see if it lights, and if it does, then I'll put some coolant in it and we'll let it run. So stay tuned. Should be doing some wrappage. Alright, so I got oil in it and I got this hooked up to the starter, so it should crank. We'll see if it starts. I wish it would crank faster because that's cranking really slow. Wonder if that starter's burnt up, because it should be cranking a lot faster than that. Curious. Yo, we're back. It's another day. This thing's been not really fighting me, but kind of fighting me, and I noticed I got an oil leak, so I got to fix that too. Looks like it's coming from the oil cooler line right here, which is a super pain in my butt because the other oil cooler line runs right next to it. So, yeah, I'll have to deal with that. Anyways, went to Publix, got me some RX-7 FD starters. So, these are courtesy of Johnny, the FD guy here in our local Rotary gang. So, one of these is off one of his cars and the other one's off, I think, the yellow car. I don't know. Anyways, so as y'all saw earlier, this car's not cranking very fast. It's just like not really wanting to start. I tried the other batteries, one of Johnny's that I had here, but the dirtier ones from the white rally car, so I know it's good and charged. I got this car battery on the charger. Tried to do a different remote line kit. It's got a remote battery. It's all jacked. Tried jumper cables straight to the starter, so I'm going to put a new starter on it. Well, new to the car. A good working one. Hook the jumper cables back up. See if this bad girl will start. So ideally, fires right up. Boom, bang, bing. Out the door. Ready to roll. Obviously, I'll fix the oil leak, and we'll take it for a few test trips, make sure she's good to go, but should be good to go after that. I know the motor's good, turbo's good, the tune's good, so we sorted out the wiring in there a little bit. Once it runs, then I'll tidy everything up, but should be good to go. So, new starter time. Alright, well, I might have just been dumb. I totally missed this blue plug right here. There you go, blue plug. I didn't have that plugged in. So now that that's plugged in, I'm just going to put this plug back on because this thing's probably just going to take off. I'm going to stab this plug wire back on and fire this thing up. Alright, did the blue plug fix it? Powers. Woo! Sounds like she gonna run. Let's open the door. Alright, first real start, silver car. See what she does. Woo! She's alive! Woo! That grinding noise is the throwout bearing thing popped out, so I gotta deal with that right now. It runs! Winning! Alright, so I think I figured out why the clutch pedal keeps popping off. Anyways, look on this clutch, which is the one off of the old engine. Notice it has this collar in here, this ring. The inside one, see how it moves up and down. And it's held in on these little tabs right here. All the way around. Okay. I'll flip it over. Now you can see this is that collar I was telling you that like you gotta push in and it unlocks, right? Okay, so we're gonna go under the car. Alright, so if you look up in here, if it'll focus, see how that collar's right there, right? You can see the same collar. Now it's gonna be hard for me to film it and do it, so I'm just gonna pop this out and I'll show you. What I'm wondering is, which I hope that this didn't happen, but it's probably happened, is that the locking ring for that collar fell off and is inside the clutch, or it pulled it out or something, because it isn't going to lock in without that ring on it, because those little tiny fingers ain't going to hold this clutch back. So it looks like if I was to be a betting man that I'm going to be taking this transmission out, because I don't think I can get that collar on there, nor do I want to risk it being inside the pressure plate playing ping pong with parts and stuff while I'm trying to make sure this car is good to go. So, looks like I got a project for Wednesday because that collar is gone. I'm not enthused about this. Hey y'all, as you saw, this car's been fighting me a little bit, but don't worry, we win here at the Rad Ranch, doing rad stuff on the Rad Potential YouTube channel. So, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in the next video. We're going to be doing some mountain bike stuff. I'm taking my bike with me to go ride some trails tomorrow in the Black Pearl. So I got some tunnel pulls from it coming, and hopefully some trail riding up at Percy Warner. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll keep doing fun projects. Keep it rad.